Hello, hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is November 12th, and I am excited to be with you. So go ahead and put in the chat, where are you calling from? And what is your favorite product today? So go ahead and put in the chat. All right, we've got Larissa from Orlando. See you at convention. Hey, hey. Yeah, you're the host city. That's pretty exciting, right? All right, we've got Helen from Washington. Welcome, welcome. And while you're typing, I'm going to put in the, I'm going to get the live stream started to Facebook. So, all right, got lots of people coming in. And all right, Andrea from New Mexico, welcome. Leanne from Alberta, welcome. Awesome. Ronald, Orlando. All right, Larissa's loving the 90-day reset, month one. Fantastic. Tony, I think it's Arizona, Moneta, Maryland. Let's see. I'm do a little audio test here. Looks like our audio is working. So welcome, welcome. Andrea says she's loving the winterberry. Yes, we just got our winterberry yesterday, and she's combining that with vanilla in the diffuser. That sounds amazing. So fun. All right. Fun to read through your favorites. Linda's loving castor oil. Erin is starting month 2 of the 90-day reset. She's got an amazing group doing it together. Isn't everything better when you do it together? That's great. Loving castor oil too. Yes. So many good things. So much to be grateful for. And then I think I missed a few comments that came through. So yeah, good stuff happening. Oh, love how doTERRA just brings the mirth for the holiday products. Just plain fun, right? Um, yeah, so fun. Um, awesome. Well, gosh, I'm trying to think of a thought that's coming up. Um, yeah, as Natalie and I have been working through some planning. We've been looking at the year and our upcoming role as CCFOs, and just thinking about where is the current mindset in the field? What if we were to survey just overall, if we were to summarize what's the mindset of the field? Um, I am so excited about some events that are coming down the pipeline. I can't say a whole lot right now, but doTERRA has been strategizing and we've been collaborating, and we've got some really good stuff coming. So please stay tuned, and yeah, I wish I could say more, but it's going to be awesome. Um, okay. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of other thoughts to share. Just grab the holiday stuff before it sells out. And yeah, keep sharing the love. All right. Let's open it up for questions. Go ahead and raise your hand and we can bring you on live. Um, love it. So raise your hand and we can bring you on live, or put it in the chat and we can answer it that way. All right. Who all is loving Tiffany's gratitude series? That's always a highlight of the year. So hopefully you're taking full advantage of that. If you're not, go to gratitudeseries.com, and that's a totally free offering. Yes, I'm seeing lots of people who are loving it. There's a lot to love there too. Ronald is saying, okay, we got D raising her hand, so let's bring you on live. Whoops, wrong button. Okay. D, if you want to come on as a panelist, um, we can have a chat.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing great. Yourself?
Fantastic, thank you.
Yeah. Nice. So this is kind of a basic question, but one I sort of struggle with, especially in the moment. Um, as I meet, people for the first time, or we just get to know each other, you inevitably just get asked the question, well, what do you do? Kind of referring to your career or something.
Uh-huh.
And I just working on kind of the best answer to just saying, "Oh, I sell doTERRA," but
Yeah,
like there's so much more we do.
sure. I love
So
that
help on
question.
that would be great.
Okay, fantastic. Well, tell me kind of where your thoughts go in terms of what's the net effect that you want when people ask you what you do? What's the outcome that you're looking for?
Good question. So really, I want to let people know that, you know, I'm kind of right now, I want to let people know that I help with, health concerns through like kind of natural means. Essentially, one thing I tell people is like, well, what I do is I'm a foundational wellness coach. And
Okay.
I help people, live a healthier life by removing toxins from their body, their home, and filling in gaps in their nutrition, while trying to solve kind of various issues, they might be having. It just seems clunky to me, but but it's sort of what I'm trying to get across.
I love it. No, that's a great start. Um, so the outcome that you want is what do you want the person you're talking to think or feel, or what do you want their next step to be?
Maybe have some, probing questions, sort of like an elevator pitch of sorts, and
Huh?
it may go nowhere, but it's just lets them know, hey, this is what I do, and maybe it'll be on the back of their mind, or maybe they'll have immediate questions. Um, Very simple, intro.
Okay. So it sounds like your primary goal is for them to be curious. If you want them asking more
Mm.
questions, then that's the mental state you want them to be in is, huh, interesting. I want to learn more. Is that fair?
Yeah, yeah. I guess like a hook of sorts in
Yeah,
that way. Yeah.
totally. Awesome. Well, I think the key here is to to speak in terms that um, first of all are relatable, but also um, they they spell it out, but also leave some space for questioning, right? So I love Kathy Pace is one of our team members, and she's a Blue Diamond, and the way she does it is she first she thinks of something really, really relatable, right? So, and you could change this based on like this time of year. So, like this time of year, lots of bugs are going around, as the temperatures are dropping, at least in where I live, temperatures are dropping, kids are coming home with lots of bugs and viruses. And so you could lead out with something like that. So here's how that might sound.
Mm.
Um, you know how this time of year, kids are bringing home all kinds of bugs and viruses from school. I actually help people um, stay healthy with natural solutions. And then you leave it at that, right? You don't fill in the blank with I use oils or I sell doTERRA. You know what I mean? Like there's actually magic in leaving people hanging just a little bit. And so, first of all, you've made it relatable, right? You've talked about a common issue, which kids getting sick, um, very very common. If you're talking to someone and they're not a parent, you might choose something else. You might say, this is time of year when it's overcast today, and a lot of people are not looking forward to the winter season, and so they slip into kind of a seasonal depression. So I help provide natural solutions to that, and then that's it. And you intentionally don't fill in blanks, because then what are they inclined to do? They're inclined to do what you want, which is to ask more questions. Oh, that's interesting. So what kind of solutions do you recommend? And then you might even lead them further down the path without giving it away. You might say, you know, um, we have you know how um, like in the Far East, people have used herbs for millennia, right? And um, people are now in our part of the world just rediscovering natural healing. That's actually what I specialize in, is kind of going back to our roots and helping people rediscover plant-based medicine. So again, you're giving them a little more, but it's really important to not just spill the beans. I sell doTERRA. Oh, okay. Because people will tend to make connections that they think they know what that means, right?
Mm,
And so they'll make connections that may or may not be useful to your end goal. Because probably what you really want is for them to be curious enough to want to attend a class, or to be intrigued enough to maybe explore, the financial side of doTERRA. So that's how you can infuse a lot of passion, and whatever your particular passion is. Maybe it's co-impact sourcing. And maybe you're really passionate about how we help the world heal by providing millions of jobs around the world, to people who otherwise wouldn't have this kind of financial healing. So whatever that angle is for you, start with
mm,
the most common ground you can think of, and then just go one step further, leave it open, then go another step further. Um, so a lot of times when
mm,
people ask what I do, I'll tell a story. Um, and I'll keep it really short. We're not talking about a 5-minute diatribe, but just keep it, to the point, to just convey, you know, just the other day, I was working with a mom who's, used to taking her kids out of school for 2 weeks with colds and coughs and all the things. And guess what? Her kids are doing fantastic. They're healthier than the rest of the kids in their class, and they're just thriving. So that's what I do.
thanks. Oh, I love it. That's some great, great advice. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I share a resource that I think is the best for getting clear on this exact topic? And that's the Business Building Guide. So let me just open that up. Um, so this is a free download from doTERRA's Empowered Success. Um, let's see if I can share my screen. All right. So if you download the Business Building Guide, this is what it looks like. And if you come to the um, I think it's in the prepare section. Um, I think we called it target your message. Um, and if it's not that, it's probably, no, I think that's it. So let's jump down to 25. Okay. So this is just a 2-page worksheet that's really, really powerful to help you create what you're talking about, which is your elevator pitch, right? Let me zoom in so we can see a little clearer. Okay. So the first section is seek, right? So this is helping you get clear on who's your audience and how do you want to serve them, right? So this is kind of the psychographic conversation. We've spent a lot of years talking about demographic and who's your target demographic, but I think what's more important is how does your target audience think? Not, what's their average income or their their job, whatever. It's how do they think? So and then serve. Who do you serve? Who needs your message? So just fill out in long form these sections here, and that will help you fill out this section here, which we call the value articulator statement. And this is a concept from Mel Abraham. And again, this is a really succinct way of doing what I described. So I help moms whose kids are normally super sick this time of year to keep their kids healthy and strong, so that the moms can stay focused on what their life, their mission. Unlike most people whose kids are sick this time of year, because I love helping people and I love helping people become a healer in their home. So that's just one example of what a value articulator statement could sound like in the context of what we talked about. So does that make sense?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I did that a while back. So I'm gonna go do that again. It's a great exercise.
It's a fantastic exercise, and I would suggest that people go through it a couple times because you might have um, a product value articulator statement, and then you might have a business value articulator statement because what the value that you're offering to both audiences is totally different. I mean, obviously we do a lot of the same things, but super useful um, to just be thinking, okay, who am I talking to? Maybe I'm at a business networking group. I'm probably going to be speaking a different message to them than to, moms who are struggling with different things. So, and not to be, sexist, I'm just saying as a general rule. So is that helpful?
Yes. Oh, perfect. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, great questions, D. Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay, I've seen some more chat questions come through the chat. Um, so, um, okay, somebody asked, um, can you walk through what the breakthrough circle is to look like? I'd love to participate in the breakthrough weekend, but not sure if I feel qualified. Okay, great question. So, many of you who follow Essential Emotions are aware that we're creating a global movement this weekend with breakthrough circles. So it's a whole new format of gathering, of connecting, and creating breakthrough. So up until now, we've had the one-on-one sessions, like doing one-on-one breakthrough sessions. As far as group formats, we've had lots of Essential Emotions classes that you could teach. One of the new ones from conventions is called Ride the Waves, of Waves of Emotion. But what we wanted to do was kind of marry the two. How can we create a small, intimate group where people can experience breakthrough and have, powerful community experiences, um, and and make it accessible so anyone can do that. So we don't want to keep this just to emotions coaches. We really want anyone and everyone to feel like, hey, this is a simple but powerful tool that I can use to serve my community, to lift others. So what does it look like? First of all, we found that the group size that works best is fairly small, so probably 7 or less. Um, and and we found that let me share just a few resources while I'm talking. So we have a website on essentialemotions.com, um, and it's just essentialemotions.com/circle. So let me paste that in the chat. And then let me share my screen. So this is what that page looks like. So Breakthrough Circles, November 13th through 16th, we're calling International Breakthrough Circle Weekend. So we invite each of you to think about what can I do to offer healing to my circle of influence. So there's some great videos here. Here's a great video that kind of shows one of Shantae's circles that she led. So you can actually get a visual of that. But we have here a free Breakthrough Circle guide. And so this is a 4-page step-by-step. Here's exactly what to do and how to, here's what to say. Here's some scripting. Here's everything you need to best prepare and kind of set the stage. We also have invitations. We have this is a printed, like a pre-printed invitation, or we have templates that you can just download and customize yourself. And then we have reflection cards, and these are for the participants. So however many people, again, these can be purchased as a printed, or you can get the template and customize it yourself. But let's zoom into the invitation because this is useful to look at what's the message that we can use to invite people in to these circles. And so here's the top part. Join a circle ready to release, renew, and rise together. Whether you're seeking clarity, meaningful connection, or simply a moment to breathe deeply, this space is for you. What awaits you? Guided meditation, breath work, movement, authentic sharing, essential oils, and journaling. So those are kind of the selling points when you're looking at inviting people to these circles. And then as far as what they look like, they could be held in someone's home. You could gather, one of our friends, one of our top leaders actually has a teepee. She loves to gather people there. You could gather indoors, outdoors, totally your call. You could gather around a fire. Like people have gathered in circles for millennia, and it's just a beautiful way to come together and create a space for healing. It's just a really beautiful, safe space. So, and then here's some more tools, like if you want to bundle things together, um, some other resources. We also have a playlist. So we recommend using music as part of the process. And there are some parts that are more meditative, and there's some that are somatic, meaning we move emotions through our body. It could look like dance. It could look like just kind of like the Move with Joe experience that we offer. And so those are a couple of tools as well. And then we also have the communities, so you can connect with like-minded people, talk to them about what they're doing, and create some more synergy that way. So it is not just for certified trainers. It's for anyone who wants to host a circle. So we invite anyone and everyone who feels called to this to be a facilitator. You don't have to get permission from us. You don't have to. We actually do have a Google sheet where people are saying, I'm going to be doing this just because we want to kind of have some social proof and stay in touch and find out how they went. But yeah, you don't have to be a certified coach or trainer of any kind. So I think that answers that question. Um, oh, and somebody, thank you. Natalie also posted on Facebook an answer to this question about the circles. So super helpful. Ruth asked, when was the last time the business building guide was edited? I know that we added 4 pages at the end, which is called the launch strategy blueprint. And I believe that was added about 3 months ago. So just go to the website and download if you click download today, you'll get the latest version. But I think it was about 3 months ago. Okay. So to find the business builder guide, Jessica, just go to, I always Google doTERRA Empowered Success. And then at the Empowered Success page, you'll see the business building guide. Okay, and then we've got Beth raising her hand. So Beth, if you want to join as a panelist, you're welcome to come on. Okay. And Ruth, yes, the business building guide can be ordered as a printed book. In fact, we just ordered 20 ourselves. So absolutely, you can still get the paper version. But if you're in a pinch, you can download the PDF. Okay, Beth, I think we've got you on live. If you want to unmute. Karina says, I had my first breakthrough with a friend that's getting certified. So amazing. This is awesome. Yes.
Okay,
Um,
can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you, Beth. Welcome.
Okay, sorry, I'm driving. I think I lost you for a minute.
No
I
worries.
have a really good problem to have. My doTERRA business is a side gig. I have a pretty busy day job, but I had an event about 10 days ago and I got like 9 enrollments. And so I am looking for the best, simplest, most effective way to do my onboarding for these people. Because I've never had this flood of enrollments to deal with. So it's a good problem to have, and I'm just looking for ideas on how to best do that.
Well, congratulations. First of all, 9 enrollments is fantastic. That's epic. So I assume that these are mostly customers and not potential builders.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the spectrum here. Okay. I would say the best case scenario would be to have one-on-one lifestyle overviews with each of them, where you do a full wellness consult, create a game plan for their health and their, whatever their goals and needs are, and then help them get their LRP set up. Now, I know that's time consuming, but that would be the best case scenario. If you can't do all of those, maybe see if you've placed them under someone, maybe the person above them could help do some or all of them. Um, maybe you could leverage your connection and just spend the first 5 minutes where you edify the person they're doing it with. So that's again best case scenario. Another option is you could say, hey, what if we do a group wellness consult, right? Maybe we come together and say, we're all going to hop on Zoom. Welcome.
Right.
And we're going to hop on Zoom and we're going to go through the live guide together. But rather than taking the individual time with everyone, let's all go through these principles together. Everyone's filling out their own live guide in real time, and then helping them see how to set up their loyalty rewards orders and execute their health plan, is probably the other end of the spectrum. So those are my tips for ideal follow through with your new enrollments.
I love that. And you can totally just have those, you could have like a Google sheet that they're signing up for a 10-15 minute block that you're going into their personal needs after that group consult. So that you make sure and get that one-on-one time. That's critical. And that they leave knowing, having any of their questions answered, but that you've given them a view of the possibilities. That's the intention of the Live Guide. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they were like, I'm so overwhelmed by the Live Guide. I'm like, the Live Guide is a catalog. It's a vision tool to help people know what's available from doTERRA, not to frustrate you or keep you from, keep things too complex. It's there so you can focus on the one in front of you. And you've got all the details in the guide to support you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Sure thing. Best of luck to you, Beth. Awesome. Great problems to have.
Mhm.
It's the problem we all dream of, right?
Yeah. Erin's saying about the power of me.
Yeah. So I'll just read her comment in case some of you aren't reading. I've been using the Power Me. It's an app from doTERRA for wellness assessments for onboarding, and I've had a lot of successes with it. But someone told me that that tool would be going away soon. Do you know if that's true? And if so, is it going to be replaced with something better? I also have seen the Power Me tool, and I love it. It's yeah, doTERRA has invested so much into the Power Me app. So if you're not using it, please do. I haven't heard any rumors about it going away.
No.
I can't imagine why it would. doTERRA's already spent, done the hard yards, as we'd say in Australia,
Right.
to get it live. And so I can't think of any reason why it would go away. So yeah, I would say use what works, and Power Me is a fantastic tool. Lynn says, I know they are doing some major upgrades in the next few months. Yeah, so that's further evidence that they're continuing to invest into this tool.
And this is the wellness lifestyle assessment. That's
the DMK.
Yep. It's in the DMK and it's a great tool. It's like similar to that, but not in an app. So if you're doing an event, that you want, customer care event or an intro event, you want to start out this way, it's a great tool. It just has them rate things in all the areas of the pyramid, right? And then on the back, make some goals for where they want to go. So you can always use the paper version too.
Someone's asking, where do we find Power Me? Just go to powerme.health. That's the web address.
Yeah.
Or you can search for Power Me in the app stores.
Awesome.
All right. Any other questions? Go ahead and raise your hand or throw it in the chat.
This is an exciting time in doTERRA history. There's so much good coming to the surface right now. And I love this month because it's just a time to be grateful. We were talking even just a few days ago about what would we do without the health solutions? Where would your life be without doTERRA? Take it out of the equation for just a moment and drop into that. And let's exercise more gratitude for the gifts of the earth and what we've been given. It's incredible when you think about it. And then the compound effect of all of that. Wow.
So earlier in the chat, okay, Jessica, if you want to come on live.
Hey, Jessica. Great to have you, sister. Just unmute and pipe in.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute there, and I'm
You're
sorry
great.
to not have a video today.
No worries.
I'm
You're
pretty
great.
sick, and it's a gruesome look for everyone, so I will save you that.
All good.
But thank you always for your incredible contributions. Every time I get a chance to be able to join, I feel so enriched and so enlivened, and always come away with something for work and for personal and for family. So thank you for all the contributions you're constantly making. I really, really appreciate it. We've talked a little bit about how I am heading back to Indonesia, and I'm wanting to work with the friends and contacts that I have there. And what I'm really wanting to do is this specific project where I want to do healing retreats with a particular resort that I love there. It's a little one in a really, really great area. And so I was just hoping to talk through some of the possibilities. Tana Lee Pace is already, or Pace Lee is already going out there. And I'm in her downline. And so we're going, she's going for the holidays with her family and then extending a little bit for the time that we have there. But since it's not the standard build that really kind of fires me, it is more of an overall, I really love what you've already done with Essential Emotions, and I think there's so much that you have there that can be applied. And so I'm just hoping to maybe see if there's some partnering that could happen with that. My focus and what I feel kind of my tie-in mission is helping with betrayal trauma and childhood sexual abuse. And then, of course, the trafficking there is a big issue. And so I'm hoping to be able to do some give back to the island and to the nation there, because it is kind of like fourth in the world for trafficking. I know you've got great team members in leadership that have already done great things with trafficking. So I'm hoping to just do some kind of connecting up and wondering if I could maybe connect with you offline to be able to do that.
And I love your desire and ability to do good, Jessica, and finding, just declaring. I find that once my intention shifts to something, then opportunities open up. And you were so good at creating that. Look at this opportunity already that's opening up. Thanks, Deborah. So first of all, what kind of resort is it? Or did you say a retreat center?
So it's a small little resort, but what happens often is just when I was living there for a few months earlier last year, we just found that the islanders themselves get such a bad deal, and they're living so subsistence, but they have such positivity. There's a law that only Bali, for example, I was in Bali, and only Balinese born can own the land. But now we're getting a lot of foreigners coming in and doing these incredibly long leases, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and then just like raising the rainforest and building a concrete exclusive private community for Russians, in that little town where Elizabeth Gilbert was, and writing her book for Eat, Pray, Love. And so that kind of happened overnight, and the villagers were like, wait, what happened? And they'd made a deal with the village elders. And so that's one kind of example that got a little bit of publicity, but it's happening all over. This one resort is small. It's right in a great area. It's on the beach, and they had a great manager who's trying to really value his people. He took his employees on retreats, and they just have never been treated like people. They're always getting, like, you have to learn English so that you can serve the tourists all over the world. And the tourists kind of have a rep in general for getting drunk, getting into motorcycle accidents, just taking advantage and being really terrible. And they're just used to having to deal with everybody treating them poorly. The world's trash, washes up on their shores by the tonnage when the currents change. And a lot of people, died of starvation and really were hurt with the pandemic when they shut down. They're just so dependent on tourism. And so I'm trying to have healthy, good tourism, do like destination retreats in this kind of small resort.
And
with a vision.
Awesome. So, one powerful thing that you're doing, Jessica, is connecting to the need. And I think this is really important for all of us when we want to create value or serve a community, is we connect to their need and their pain and their awareness. And we do that so that it can inform our doing, right? So oftentimes, if we connect to the needs, some of us are such great healers that we can overdo it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so connect to the need. And then your next question is, how can I make the biggest difference? Right.
Yes.
And I think as you do that, it's important, like, first of all, this mat concept, I think, is a great way to really make a difference. So this whole page is created about Indonesia and doing business in Indonesia. And Jessica, I can't remember if you had already listened to the Matt.
This is Matt Hall, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
there I see. I haven't had I've been teaching a special ed life skills class that I took over for a friend, and it's just kind of eaten me alive. I'm now home because I got injured so much in the
Oh.
class that
Wow.
I'm recovering from head injury
You're great.
as well
You're-
at the moment. But that gives me a chance to be able to focus on
Yep.
what I wanted to shift gears to, because I'm trying to go in January to meet
Awesome.
Tana there.
And this is
So
perfect time to prepare.
it's a
So I
great
would
time.
first invite you to watch this 3 surefire ways to enroll leaders internationally. Well, why would we go there first? Because the way we can make the biggest difference in Indonesia is not share the product with one person. It's help find a leader that has a vision for helping their people become healthier, becoming more self-reliant, becoming
Right.
creators, right? And getting out of systems that are in play that they're feeling like they're victims to, right? That
Right.
they can move into that creation. So there's huge market potential there. And in a growing market, you want to start out with those key leaders. You know, we went down to Australia ourselves and we thought, okay, we'll just start with customers. That'll be easier. But it didn't really help the people until we shifted our mindset to find those leaders that can make a difference. So, and then one powerful other way.
I would just, you were asking, are there people building in Indonesia that I could connect with and collaborate with? And that's what we created this WhatsApp group chat for. So if you go to that page and you join this WhatsApp group chat, these are all the most active builders in doTERRA in Indonesia. So that's the only thing this group chat is for. And so we actually have 3 leaders who are in Indonesia right now. We have Paul and Vanessa Ovens. So it's Vanessa who's there now.
They're on the ground right now.
And then we have Adish and Santoshi, both of which are presidential diamonds. I think Paul and Vanessa are actually double diamonds. So like amazing leadership. They're on the ground in Indonesia right now, and they would love to collaborate. They're actually actively seeking people who are willing to hold retreats and collaborate, because the rising tide lifts all ships, and that's what we need in Indonesia. So please join the WhatsApp group and let's all build this together. Indonesia is a huge country. It's the 5th largest in the world, with I think 280 million people, and there's so much need. So let's collaborate and lift it together.
And Tana's already put me into that WhatsApp group, so
Oh,
I've been
good.
watching it over the past few weeks.
Awesome.
And let me you talked about essential emotions tools, and that's one thing that I think is really useful in these communities of, like, if I was going into a spa or a retreat center where they're all about healing, I might
Right.
lead with the breakthrough process or the breakthrough circle. So let me just show you. This is the new Total Breakthrough Bundle. It all comes in one box, and it's kind of cool because we've been going up level on this. Sorry, love. So right now, this weekend, we're launching the Breakthrough Circle, which is these gatherings, these circles that are making such a difference. So right now, Dee, maybe you could drop you already dropped the link for that. You've already talked about it.
Yes, he just went
So-
over it. They look exceptional.
These are so fun. The reflection cards help guide people, so it's a good experience. And then the breakthrough circle guide will help you be just a ninja facilitator. Just use that guide and you can walk through a whole process with people. So I think you can bring a lot of value that way as you jump into these opportunities. That is a softer sell on the oils and more of a give people an experience and then you're following up with them. Hey,
Right.
you've got an oil page printed out with kit options there. So they can take that and decide what to do with that. It's just not the place to be like, okay, now that we've all released all of our heavy emotions, which kit do you want to buy?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So just be mindful of that. And then the other opportunity is just teaching the emotions class. So did you already show them what that looks like? There's the
We mentioned it, we didn't show it.
There's the breakthrough circle guide. And it's literally, 2 pages front and back. It's just a fold up and it's so helpful. And then of course we have the class handouts. So the class handouts will help you educate people and can give you more of a solid close. If you're wanting to just do a class and do a close, but use whichever of those make the biggest difference and make sure and reach out to these leaders now. Listen to the Matt Hall, reach out to the leaders now is your step 1 to get things going.
Okay. I love that.
Do any little sample shipments over there, or talk to somebody in the Indonesia chat about, hey, if I sent you this, could you drop these in the mail? Or, there's just, we want to plant those seeds ahead of time so your trip can be the most powerful experience, right? Tee that all up.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm so
Great.
grateful.
Great questions. We're super excited for this adventure and the fact that we can build doTERRA all over the world and help people there is just such a gift.
Yeah, so much need.
Wait, one more question, and I think I've asked this before, and I'm sorry because I have concussion head at the moment. It's
You're
not
great.
coming. The answer's not coming quickly. But as far as like, I know we're just basically going to have to hit more middle class rather because it's those with lower income, but then the divide of not being able to have extra funds beyond
Right.
food.
So the same concept that we were talking about on leaders, you're going to want to think about with incomes as well. So what we found, like in going into India, the answer wasn't to just work with the poor to help the poor. If we go in and we work with the rich or the middle class, they have the ability, the means, the income, the influence, so that then all of these things can reach all people, all levels, right? And so if it's not the way it will always be, but if you will work with those people with influence and income initially, then we can do the most good long term.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Love
so much. I'm very grateful. Thanks for
Thank
your time.
you.
And for all you build. It's just tremendous all the time.
Thanks for showing up, Jessica. Great ability to do good. So excited for you. Okay, what else?
Lynn asks, is this, so referring to the total breakthrough bundle, is this something we can add to our toolbox in the future?
Absolutely. It's available now, just launched at convention. And we're so excited for the offerings that we have now in this emotional realm, because more than ever, raise your hand if you have any other questions. We'd love to get one more in. More than ever, we've got we've got answers.
Yeah.
And more than ever, people are feeling weighed down by the world and weighed down by all the things that we're exposed to these days. So just bringing a tool. So I love that breakthrough circle concept, because maybe people that you haven't been able to reach before, you can reach in this way. And let it be a gathering night. Let it feel like a girls' night, that you're coming and you're sitting around the fire, or you're gathering outside in a circle, whatever it may be, to bring that connection, bring that sharing. Maybe what we got away from in 2020, when everybody like went to their own homes and hunkered in, now we are connecting again. And that gathering power is so amazing. I just think we're already seeing incredible effects. In fact, this weekend, I was talking to a girl. She was practicing she pulled out her breakthrough circle guide and she was going over it with her husband. And her husband had been using traditional counseling for a long time to get results. And she said, I was just practicing it and we began to just do it together, right? Just instead of watching Netflix, that's what they were doing one night. And she just said, oh my goodness, like he had the breakthrough that he's been looking for and he didn't even know what it was in that time when we were walking through it. So it's powerful to use the oils, breath, and a little bit of movement to free up those heavier emotions and just keep moving forward. So whether you're doing it for yourself, we're doing 2 breakthrough circles this weekend, one with our own family, just gathering and doing that together as an activity on Sunday, and then one with girlfriends, people that I haven't gathered with for a while, and just bringing that together.
Leanne asks, where do we find, so for the breakthrough circles, where do we find the guided meditation, breath work, and movement that's listed on the invite?
So all of that, you're going to use the QR code on the top of the breakthrough circle guide, and it takes you to all of those resources, right? Anything that's not on the guide, you're going to connect to there. Like Andy was talking about the playlist, the da-da-da, it's all been done for you.
Okay.
I'll grab the book for concussion so we can look that up.
I've also, as far as, it's funny, we both reach for different tools. So somebody asked oils for concussion recovery.
Right, Jessica.
And so Natalie went for the Essential Life book. I reached for the Essential Life app. And in case you didn't know, there's a new feature in the Essential Life app, which I've been loving. So we've always had the search bar, but now there's a new tool in this top right, which is an AI tool. And so basically, I think what they did was they fed the whole book into an AI engine. And so I clicked on that upper right corner and I just typed oils for concussion. I know that's not super clear. I'll just read some of the top ones. So it says frankincense, sandalwood, cedarwood, clove, and petitgrain. And then it says specifically how to use each of those for a concussion. So pretty cool tool. What did you find?
Same recommendations, just different formats. So reach for the book. I heard they extended through Black Friday. They're going to do free shipping for 3 or more.
Wow.
And so that's powerful to have that in your repertoire, or pull the app up, right? So wherever you are in the world, you can get access to the app, and it's becoming available in more languages all the time.
Lynn says, I'm hosting an If Your Body Could Talk, What Would It Say? And this would be perfect to add to that.
Love it.
I love that idea for a class. If your body could talk, what would it say?
Yeah, so take a look, get the Breakthrough Circle Guide. We've decided to make absolutely free that download for you so that you can integrate that in the ways that you feel best. That's a proven method of gathering, and it's working powerfully.
So I think you're answering Stephanie's question.
Mhm.
Where would you suggest I start if I haven't done anything with the emotions?
If you haven't done anything with the emotions, I would start with
book?
the book or the feelings guide,
Mm.
right? The book itself has that great feelings guide in the back, and maybe we start like we would start our kids, right? Choose the emotion and then look up the emotion in this last section of the book, and then you're putting on the oil, you're asking the look deeper questions, you've got an affirmation and a visualization. So that's a great tool just to start light, right? And then so powerful what can happen from there, right? But anybody can lead these breakthrough circles. Maybe you start small. Great. Start with your family. Do it together. Download that and let's do it together, you know? And what I love is that it's natural. Once you get there, you'll feel like, oh, wow, this was always in me, right? I hope you are enjoying. This is the winter berry.
Yeah, somebody posted a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could describe that smell,
Oh my goodness.
how would you describe it? It's unlike any oil I've smelled before.
It feels like I'm walking through like a juniper forest and Christmas berries at the same time. It's my new favorite.
Yep. Yeah, it feels like
So different. You're right, Sherry.
incredible blend.
Mm-hmm. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the work that you do to lift and to liberate. That's the business we're in.
It is so worth it, right? Just yesterday, I was remembering why we do what we do. And each of the belief levels remind us what we're working on at that stage. But for us right now, it's with charity. I seek to liberate. I live to serve and transform the world. And that is the work we are in. What Seth calls our ministry of healing, right? Whatever you feel drawn to do, do it, live it, lean in to your amazing ministry and share the love as you become. It'll be a gift to your family, a gift to those you love, and you'll begin to bless other families.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, excited to hear about all your circles.